Mr. Secretary, I do need to pivot to a different question around Lisa Cook, governor at the Fed, who has been fired by the president for cause. She says she's not going and that he doesn't have the authority to do such a thing. You're obviously in the administration, close to the president, also understand how the wheels of just the machinery of the government work. Who pays her paycheck, for example? Is that something that has to come directly from the Fed? Is that something that Chair Powell will have to turn off, if you will? Does she have a pass to get into the building as somebody turns on or turns off? And who does that?
So, I don't know the details of who has her paycheck or not. But the issue is a federal government, a governor of the Federal Reserve, literally signs her name and commits mortgage fraud, right? It's alleged that she's committed mortgage fraud, and she says, I'm not going anywhere. Well, the crook always says, I'm not going anywhere. And why would anybody defend that? The real question should be, did she commit mortgage fraud, yes or no? And if you did commit mortgage fraud, please get out of the federal government, get out of the seat of the governor of the Federal Reserve, and go away. You don't deserve to be there if you've committed mortgage fraud. Right? It's right, black and white. If you've committed mortgage fraud, you should be a governor of the Federal Reserve.
This is a domino effect. One of the reasons I'm asking you this question about who needs to turn off her badge or turn off her paycheck is if the answer is that ultimately Chair Powell is the one responsible for that and he chooses not to, then the secondary question becomes, does the president try to fire him for cause?
Well, these are all what-if scenarios. The answer is the Department of Justice will go take this on and deal with this. But the fact is, if this woman committed mortgage fraud, she should be respectful to the United States of America, to the Federal Reserve, where she says she cared about them, and she should go off into the sunset and hope to God the police don't follow her, right? Mortgage fraud is a serious crime. We can't have mortgage fraud in America, and you surely can't have it for your leaders. I mean, imagine anyone in the cabinet who did this. You guys would be calling for their head. This woman should go away if she's committed the mortgage fraud, and those signatures sure as heck look like hers.
Obviously, it remains a big if at this stage. Howard, a broad question. So much of the last 6-9 months since you've been in your position and the president's return to office has seen a question of the establishment gets too worried about things. You announce policies as an initial reaction, and then everything calms down. When you look, and you know markets better than any of us, you look at the reaction in the dollar today and the U.S. bond market, or the non-reaction, essentially, at the prospect of greater influence from the government towards the shape of the Fed. Is this an example of that?
Well, I think the market has learned that the Trump administration is doing an excellent job for the United States of America economy, right? Stock market is at their highs virtually every day. Bond market is steady, and it should be lower. We all agree interest rates are lower. I mean, if the Federal Reserve actually cared about the United States of America, they'd understand that they could cut interest rates, cost the United States of America taxpayer less money. Remember, each 1% of interest rate cut is worth $360 billion a year to the American taxpayers over time. If we can have lower interest rates, the Federal Reserve is supposed to deliver us lower interest rates for the good of the American people and the good of American economy. So the economy is doing well. We're running at a 3% growth rate. Everybody had, hair on fire running around. But what's happened? Tariff revenues probably running at $50 billion a month. GDP growth at 3%. Stock markets at highs, steady bond markets. It sounds like the Trump administration in complete control and doing the right thing for America, one step after another, doing the right thing for America.